Hey y'all, it's Ashley and we're doing a week in the life of a full-time artist.
He is just so cute.
So here I'm researching my next project, or my next painting for at least. And this is what I like to do when I start a new painting is I like to look for my references. And so I recently went to Italy, so in this clip I am just looking through the photos that I took from my camera so that I can put them to use. I'll be creating a landscape with these photos. So I'm just looking for different references to put together so that I can figure out how I want to create this landscape. So starting off with the painting, I am creating a base layer with burnt sienna, and I've watered down my, not watered, well, I guess you could say I watered it down, but I watered it down with turpentine, my oil paint, and I've realized I get really bad headaches with my small studio with using these oils, so I'm probably going to be using I'm going to use the Winsor & Newton other brand that you use water with because, yeah, I don't like headaches. So here I'm just laying in the next layer with a more darker color of the burnt sienna. And I also like to use my paper towel, and I can either like wipe it out if I don't like it, or I can create more lighter consistency. As you can see in the sky, that is clouds, and so I like to use my paper towel to do that. So yeah. So I like to use white as well to help with just creating my underpainting. So that's what I'm doing here is I'm creating an underpainting. So when I go over with color that, I kind of know where everything is placed. And I don't know, I just like doing a good underpainting because I feel like, it's responsible, but as well as just, getting a feel of how it's going to look like. Because then if you don't like it, obviously you can erase it. And that's another thing as well, is using the turpentine in this method that I'm doing, is I can easily erase anything that I don't like, and I can fix it. So here I am just mixing my colors for the painting, and I'm using lots of blues and just different types of blues and stuff. So now I'm painting the sky. Now, I'm still new at this as filming myself, and I've realized that I need to think more hard about where I'm sitting and where the camera is positioned, because obviously we see about half my back. And I think that's okay. I'm still learning, and yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. I forgot to mention that I am creating I'm creating two paintings of just some landscapes from Italy, because there is an alumni show at my old college, and I didn't want to put the stuff that I made in Italy in the show because I felt like that was still kind of connected to school. And since for the alumni, it's for like, the students who've graduated and the stuff that they've done outside of school. You know what I mean? And so I've already created one painting, and you're gonna see it in a little bit in this video because I did work on it as well. My wisteриas, the flower. So I wanted to do a flower in a landscape, and I really enjoy doing just soft seascapes. They're my favorite, and so that's why I picked this one. So you can see that I'm using this technique where where on the top, the canvas, it's a darker color, and as you go down, it gets lighter. And that's how you create like a really good like um, horizon line. Is that when you look at horizon line in the sky, you can see as it's darker up top, and as you see how far the sky is. You see a light color, and so that's kind of a trick of doing sky, is that towards the horizon line it's lighter, and I'm just using white here because it just it makes more sense, and that's how basically it is in the photo. It's very like light blue. So I do want to mention that this week has been a hard week for me, the one, obviously in the video, because I had just finished college, and that's all I've known is, going to class, learning, painting, and hanging out with friends. So it's been kind of a transition of, figuring it all out and figuring out what works for me. And so I decided that this, first week I'm going to work on these paintings, get them done, and just focus on creating art as much as possible. Because, when I was in school, I didn't have time to work on my own stuff. I had to work on certain things. And so this week, is going to help me figure out how I can, do whatever I want, basically. Now I'm working on my wisteria painting, and hopefully the quality of the video is better once I upload it in HD, because right now it's kind of blurry. I apologize. But these wisterias I was working on, and this was a really fun project because it was my first painting, that I used from Italy. So that was really cool. Thursday was a fun day. So I forgot to put the video in here, but I did film a video for YouTube, my what I'm doing after college. And originally, I was going to use this footage of me working on this flower for it, but I actually messed up, and I don't know, I didn't feel like using it because I messed up, but I decided to put it in here because, all artists mess up sometimes, like, everything's not perfect. And I also put it in here because I really focused on trying to show y'all how I draw my flowers. And I have a lot of friends and family ask about drawing leaves and painting leaves and flowers and stuff, so I just decided to throw this in here because obviously I did create it in the week, of my first full-time artist. So, yeah. I used just an HB pencil. I think this one's 2B though, but I do really enjoy my HBs and my 2Hs, and those are kind of like a harder lead than like the Bs, because the Bs are more softer and easier to blend. So anyways, I'm just working on getting the structure of the rose correct so that when I go and paint with my watercolors, that that I won't mess up. But yeah, I'm just working on creating the petals, and I really enjoy creating flowers because it's just, I don't know, it's just something I've always done, and I just absolutely love flowers, so it makes sense. So now I am going to use my kneaded eraser and erase some of the lines so that's easier to paint, so you won't see those lines when I use my watercolor over it. So I was thinking about, oh, I did do it. I did like a little light outline in my ink pen because I don't know, I was just playing with some ideas for like my sketching in my sketchbook, and I've been following like, you know, a lot of artists on Instagram and stuff, so I don't know, I thought this would be a fun kind of thing to do. So I'm just outlining, you know, everything in my ink pen. This is a Micron pen. I think it was either O2 or O1, but I think it was O2. But anyways, I'm just, you know, doing that. And now I'm about to mix some watercolors. Now I did a really light wash over the whole rose, and I tried to remember to keep my lights and values correct, and I think that is one thing that I did do really well on this drawing, is keeping, you know, where you see the darkest shadows and the lightest shadows. So right now I'm working on the petals, and I'm doing the same process, is that I'm also looking at the photo next to me, and I'm seeing where my darks and lights are. But right now I'm just doing a light wash because I felt like it's good to have a good base layer. Now I'm back up the rose, and as you can see, I'm putting in some, these are way darker than I should have done. But, you know, it's okay, you know, we're still learning. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy about art, is that you learn so much, like through each painting. You gain so much, you know, more knowledge that, you know, the next painting is obviously going to be a lot better. Or if you mess it up, like, it'll be bad, but, like, you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. So when I said I messed up on this painting, I feel like I didn't leave myself enough wider space, because eventually I go over the whole thing with another color, and I wish I didn't do that. And I wish I would have left like more areas lighter, because that's the thing with watercolors. It's kind of hard to, you know, put a lighter color on it. Like I could have used gouache, which is kind of like an acrylic and watercolor, you know, in with each other, like an opaque watercolor. But anyways, I'm just, you know, creating this flower, and I'm getting in some more values because I feel like that's very important. But yeah, and I love these colors, these pink colors. Oh, I also used this this palette is Schminke watercolors, and I'll put the colors I used down below, as well with my Wisteria painting and my landscape. I'll put the colors and links down below, so that if you wanted to purchase them, you can. Now on to Friday. So here I am working on a page in my sketchbook. Now, this sketchbook I started like 2 years ago, and I'll link the sketchbook that I'm using as well, because it's one of my favorites. It's by Steelman and Burr, or Burn and Stillman or something like that. And as you can see up here, you can see the colors that I'm using. I'm doing an acrylic painting in my sketchbook. And the photo that I'm using is actually from Italy. And I've been wanting to do some kind of acrylic landscape. So I decided to do this and in my sketchbook. And I have previously gessoed these pages so that the paint can hold better. And so I'm just starting, with my sky. And, oh yeah, but anyways, this sketchbook, I gessoed this page a long time ago. And as you can see, you can kind of see an underlayer of a guy's face. I think that's a Newt from Harry Potter. But I had this gessoed a while ago, and I finally decided to do a landscape over it. So in this video, I didn't finish the landscape because I needed to wait for the layer to dry, and then I just did other stuff, so I didn't come back to this one. But I think either in my next video or another video, I'll finish it up because I do want to finish the sketchbook. And I continuously have many landscapes. I have many sketchbooks out that I use. And so this was just one from like 2 years ago that I've been working through getting it done. And I think I have finished, the other pages. I think this is just the one that I need to finish. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing landscapes recently. This past year or so, I don't know, something just hit me, and I've just been doing tons and loads, and I've been loving doing water. And I think it was just, something my professor told me was when I was working on my landscapes was that, I don't have to have, something else, on the paper. I can just have the water, in the landscape. Because I did do another painting last year, and there was this little landscape, and I decided to put a bird on the left side, and it was in that critique that I got back that my water was really good and that I should consider doing more. And that really inspired me because I really do take my critiques to heart. And so I got really excited, and I found old photos of my dad's, and I just went for it. So, yeah, I have some other videos where I did more of like a bigger landscape for my senior show. So now it's Sunday, and this is my sketchbook from Italy. And I had about like 10 pages left in it, so I decided to finish it up at home. But this is my first page. I did this at a hotel. I did this at the airport in Paris, which is so cool. The first time being in Paris was in a hotel. It was in an airport. And yeah, those were the days I was in Italy for my trip. And yeah, I'm just working on inking up the pencil because, yeah, just because.
Hey y'all, it's Ashley, and today I'm doing a video. I say today I'm doing a video, it's 10 o'clock at night. But no, what I want to say is that I've been working on a few stuff here and there today. Today's Sunday, September 4th. And so I figured I'd do like, you know, what I work on during the weekend. So anyways, I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that I've been working on, and one of my pages is dry, so I'm gonna go over it in ink. So yeah. So I worked on this page a little bit ago. So this is my this is my Italy sketchbook that I took with me to Italy, and I've been working in it because I've been wanting to finish up the pages because I only have a few pages left. So earlier, after dinner, I went through and I kind of did like an abstract watercolor wash over this painting over this drawing. So I'm gonna take my ink and use my micron, and I'm gonna go over it with the pen to show like the flower. So I did that, and I also did this one earlier today. This was a view from in Venice, and so this one was in the wine tour that we did. We were able to, like, after the whole thing, we were able to go and look at the flowers and take pictures and stuff. So I found these wisteриas to take pictures of, and then, oops. And then this one I worked on today. I'll throw in a clip right now of a little bit of working on it. But this was a view. I put this on my Instagram, so you might have saw it. But this was a view from the boat. When we were in Venice, we were taking the boat back to the train station because we were going back to Florence, and saw this a gull, you know, the bird on one of these things on the pier, and I snapped a shot. And so I painted this with my watercolors today and my gouache. This is my gouache palette. So, but yeah, I just have a few more pages left in this. I think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About, my best friend just texted me. Shout out to Cassie. Anyways, so I am gonna do a video where I'm gonna show you all that I've put in here, but I do want to go back through. So I did this. Oops. So I did this today as well, and I took my ink pen and I inked this up because it used to be just in pencil. And so this was like the first page that I did. So yeah, and that's what I did. Oops. And then I also, on this, I also did this page. I went back and I drew, this was a, some kind of lamp thing in one of the churches. And I did a wash over it when I got home. So when I got home from Italy, I was bedridden because I had COVID. And I did a little wash over this, and the wash of like watercolor completely, like, you couldn't see the drawing anymore. So I went back over it today, and I'll probably do ink on this too. And then this page, we're in Venice. These 2 pages were in Venice, and I took my ink and I just inked some of these, and I might go back with watercolor on this. I'm not sure yet. But this was from the beach. So I just went back and did this little section of flowers. So now I'm about to do this section.
Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll catch you next week. Thanks. Bye.
He is just so cute.